Night and night's hours, long thin days, it's been plenty good weeks counted since I upped and went away. And surely ain't the first time, no, it's not the last, but there's something in the highway changing from the past. Where one would sit for coffee, there's a second empty chair, and where one would shoot a whiskey, conversation's bare, and I've been shutting my eyes tight with my arms over my ears and putting myself beside you, miles away from you. It's been a long, hard one out on the road. When I get back home, when I get back home, turn the lights down low, turn up the radio. Come lie with me, come lie with me. It's been a long, hard road.
I read your song Bible was in the top 20 of No Depression.
Yeah, and you know what was cool about that? What's his name? Grant Olin.
Grant Olin, yeah.
It was 2006, the release.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put it in 2007 and put in, you know, did you see? Like in little brackets, like, even though it was released in 2006. And I thought that was cool, yeah.
What a strange thing happened with that album. You mentioned it. It was made in 2006.
Yeah.
You got in the top 20 in 2007, and you got a record deal in 2008 with the same record.
I know. But you know what? Because I'm an independent, and because I didn't have major publicity behind me, and major label behind me, it was a slow swell, you know? People just, as I toured, and as I was playing it, and people started hearing about it, then people started saying, what's this album, you know? And I'm happy that people liked it. If it took 2 years, it's not a problem for me. I have the time, you know? but it was interesting.
But in fact you already written new songs, I think?
Yeah, well, half my show is usually new songs now. But I was telling that to Rounder, to Continental Record Services. I was telling them that it's weird to release the album right before I record another one, you know, after all this time, you know. But it works, you know, because we won't release the new album until Blue Highways next year.
Oh, you already mentioned it.
Yeah.
I wanted to use it for the last question. But
okay, well, we'll edit.
But what would have happened if the internet did not exist with your album, with your career?
I wouldn't be in the Netherlands right now.
You just played around?
Yeah. I think the internet's the best thing that ever happened to musicians, ever.
And the downloading thing?
This is, because where my career is, it's still small. I love it, because if somebody wants to steal my song, and they love it, and they burn it for their friend, because it could even be someone just takes my CD and burns it now. It doesn't have to be downloaded. You know, here's my CD. 8 friends have it now. 20 friends, you know. For me, at this stage, at least people want to hear me. So hopefully they come to the show when I'm in their town. They like my songs. Maybe they'll buy the next album because they become a fan. You know, at this point in my career, I don't think I can complain about people like
it created a fan base for you.
That's right. And like if people didn't download for free and didn't burn CDs, I'd have less fans right now. And fans to me are more important than money right now. I make enough to get by, and I'm not rich, but I make enough to get by, and as long as people like it and come to my shows.
Yeah, I read somewhere you are the hardest working artist in the business, Americana business.
I don't know.
How many shows you played at?
Lately I took a little time off the road. I took the last 5 months off.
Off?
Well, except for 2 weeks in March I went on a tour, but I took 5 months off.
Why was that?
I burnt out. I just burnt out. I got exhausted because in the 2 years I released Sweet Something Steady, because again, me being an independent, the only way to get out there was to play everywhere and a lot, you know? So I was on tour more than I was home, and I loved it. I love playing shows, I love being in new places, but I got tired and I missed missed home. I have a daughter. She's 8, you
Oh.
know, and I moved into a great new house last fall, and I didn't even get to live in it yet, you know, and I started writing so many songs about missing home, and I just thought, well,
Stay home.
maybe I should live the life that I'm singing about,
But
rather.
that's strange, because you were the one who always traveled when you were young, and now
Always.
you want to stay home
Well, now I want to balance, and
to be a mother.
well, I love being a mother. She's 8. I mean, it's not new, you know. It's still new, but it's not a surprise. And my daughter's amazing. She's very comfortable with me going away. If she ever turned to me and said, "Don't go," I would have to rethink everything. But you know, for now, I just don't want to be away always, and I don't want to be home always. I just want to find the balance. And I think I toured Sweet Something Steady so much, and I don't want to tour it anymore as much. Next album, when I release the next album will be in the spring of 2009. Then I'll go hard again, you know.
It needs to be recorded, or is it already?
We haven't. No, Gerf and I are going to again.
Yeah?
And in November.
Same musicians?
Some. Chris Carmichael, he's the drummer and the guitar player. I played with him for 4 years. He'll probably be on the album as well. And Gerf. And I'm hoping that Rick Richards, who is, you know, the drummer, he's from, he plays with like all the Ray Wiley Hubbards, like he's on the albums, Mary Gaucher on the albums, and he's such a cool guy. So I want to work with him. We've talked about it. He said yeah, for sure. So I want to, but I'm recording it in Canada, so I have to bring Gerf and Rick to Canada, and then
to the Netherlands.
And then to the Netherlands, yeah.
To Amsterdam. This is my first time in the Netherlands. I have toured Europe only one time before this, but my first time in the Netherlands. Whenever I get somewhere where I don't know the language, I need to know 3 things. How do I say hello? Pretty easy here. Hello. Hello. Second, how do you say thank you? Dankjewel. Donkey. Dankjewel. Easy. Third one, how do you say cheers? Prost. That's all you need to know. Alright, so back home where I come from, in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, there's a band there, they're called the D Rangers. And I wrote this with one of the members of that band. You ready? Alright. You're no longer 17 and life it ain't a movie screen, but it doesn't seem so mean no more. When you're standing at the dance, no one talking about romance, taking second glances at the door. It's a long way home. See the finish line. It's further on the town. It's a long way home. You're home. it's further on the town. It's the way home. You're on your own. You're on.
Made you decide to go back to Winnipeg?
When my daughter was 2, I was married, and our marriage was good, but it wasn't the one. It wasn't going to make it.
You already knew.
We knew, yeah. And I was living in British Columbia on the west coast of Canada, and everything was really good, except I kept visiting Winnipeg. I'd bring my daughter visit. That's where I'm from, where my family and friends are. And every time I would leave, people would say, "Oh, too bad you're leaving. You know, next week you could have sang harmony on this album, or you could have played this show with us, or, you know." And in Nanaimo, where I lived on Vancouver Island, nothing. You know, nothing. Well, I played, but it wasn't what I was used to. I was spoiled growing up in Winnipeg, so.
So you got homesick then?
Yeah, well, I got music sick.
Music sick.
Yeah, and eventually, when Ashley, my daughter, was 2.5. I just said, I gotta go back to Winnipeg. And he said, I'm not going to Winnipeg. I said, okay.
Then we break up.
Then we break up. So that was 5 years ago, at least 5.5 years ago. And it's been amazing. My whole career started, in my opinion, then.
When I hear you sing, and when I hear the voice and the music and the lyrics, I think you have the same youth as Mary Cochet has, but I'm wrong or am I right?
The same age?
No, the same
hard
life.
Well, I can't pretend I had a very, very hard life, because I know it's relative and people have had much harder lives than me. It hasn't been super easy. You know, my sister died when I was very young. My dad left when I was 2. I traveled, hitchhiked across Canada a lot as a teenager, and, you know, had nothing. I would have, you know, I had at one point a backpack and a guitar, and my backpack was stolen. So one night in Montreal, I slept under the bleachers at the McGill, the university stadium where they have the sports, and I lied with my guitar in the rain under a bleacher. And that was the hardest night, and I said to myself, if I wake up tomorrow and go home, I'll just go home. But if I wake up tomorrow and I wake up and I play music and I keep going, then I did it, you know? So I did, and so it's been a lot of this, and I had, you know, I've dabbled in a lot of drugs, and I had some problems when I was very young, and so to me, now, being a truck, yeah.
You had to find your own way.
Yeah, absolutely. And my mom is wonderful, but we just aren't very close all the time. So she's very good with my daughter, and I love her. Yeah. And my sister died when I was 14 too. And that was
you were 14?
Yeah, I was 14. She was 17 and I was 14.
Where did she die?
It's a crazy story. I'll tell you very brief. But I went to a Jewish school when I was younger, and we all in grade 12. You go to Israel for your grade 12 trip, you know, to all the culmination of years of learning about Israel. You go to the kibbutz and you work. So my sister went her grade 12 year, and then most of the teenagers travel Europe after, because they're there. So they hitchhike around Europe. And on the day that the program ended and she was going to meet a friend to start traveling Europe, she was on a bus that was hijacked by a terrorist. You know, like, So the bus was, it was taken off a ravine, and just a very common route between Tel Aviv and, I think, Haifa. And so there were 14 people that were killed, and 2 were Canadian, and 1 was my sister, and she was 17. So it really brought terrorism home to Winnipeg.
What year was that?
It was in 89. Yeah.
79?
89.
89. Nothing changed.
No, nothing has changed. And
even get worse.
Yeah, and some people say to me, you know, well, you're Jewish, why don't you go to Israel for tour, and why don't you go... I don't want to go anywhere where kids walk around with bigger guns than their bodies, you know? I don't want to go anywhere that's that dangerous, you know, to be. So I was never really that connected to Jewish roots. I went to Jewish school, I questioned everything, always why? Kicked out of every class for asking.
Because you asked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still had good marks, but I was the rebel, you know? And no one answered my questions. So I lost...
so you had to find your questions on the road.
Sure, and I definitely was not putting all my faith into Judaism. I was open to what I was going to believe in.
Have you written a song about your sister?
Bible is the closest to
I
religion, you know. And I actually, in the CD, it says I went to a parochial school when I was younger, and they taught me about religion. And then I read, like, you know, I don't need a Bible, I don't need a Lord, I don't know no Jesus, but I'm praying. Okay.
I don't need no Bible. I don't need no Lord. I don't know no Jesus, but I'm praying for sure. Am I doing right by you? Am I saying all the things I'm supposed to? And I don't need no preacher to come save my soul. And I don't need no choir to make me feel whole. Am I doing right by you? Am I saying all the things I'm supposed to? Some people, they get married, some fade away. Some people don't know when to walk away. And some people, they get ugly right from the start. Some people don't know when to fall apart. But I don't need no Bible. I don't need no Lord. I don't know no Jesus, but I'm praying for sure. Some people, they get lucky, but the luck never stays. Some people don't even know what to do with the luck in their way. And some people, they get quiet at the end of the day. Some people, they keep talking, keep talking, keep talking and talking when they ain't got nothing to say. I don't need no Bible. I don't need no Lord. I don't know no Jesus. supposed to.
Yay. On one side?
I'm not on any side.
Okay.
I'm not on any side. That's the beauty of free choice, of free minds. You don't have to choose anything. You can walk through life saying, I agree with that, I disagree with that. That sounds good. That sounds bad.
It did not make you a political singer.
No, I'm not a political singer.
No, Steve Earle chose for that form in his last records.
Yeah, but I also think that Steve Earle probably didn't. He's very intelligent, you know, he's extremely intelligent, and he knows everything he ever read. You know, he's just a really smart guy, and so politics, I think, is just one avenue of his songwriting choice, you know. I know he's written about love, he's written about everything.
He does a lot of things.
Sure, you know, but for me, I'm not really political. You know, I don't really have a very strong stance on anything.
How did you get your voice?
Smoking and drinking.
Yeah?
Really, when I was young, I had a little ghetto blaster, you know,
Okay, yeah.
and I'd press record, and I would sing TV theme songs. Like, there was a show, did you ever have Growing Pains? The show Growing Pains?
I think
It was
so.
around the same time as like Family Ties and
Okay.
Facts of Life. And there's Show Me That Smile Again.
Yeah.
Don't waste another minute of your crying. And I would press record, and I was so bad. I was so bad. It's like, show me that smile again. You know, it was awful. And my mom is tone deaf. My dad can't sing very well. And I thought I was tone deaf. I did. I thought I was tone deaf. And I loved writing and playing and singing. And then when I was about 15, some people said to me, that's pretty good. I said, really? And it wasn't very good. But confidence and just singing a lot. And I have, you know, a lot of heart. So when I'm singing stuff, I think that is more, I don't have all the perfect notes, but I mean it, you know, so maybe that's the voice.
But I don't think you grew up with singer-songwriters.
No. I mean, when I was 15, I started going to a place called the Blue Note Cafe in Winnipeg.
And there was singers.
There was a blues band every Friday night that changed my life. I still play with some of them.
Well, which band was that?
They were called the Blues Puppies.
The Blues Puppies.
Yeah, and now two of the members started a band called the Perpetrators, who have toured Belgium and Germany with Walter Trout.
Yeah.
And another member started the band with the other guys called the D Rangers, who I talk about every show. The D Rangers, very big in Canada, from our town. And and they were the heartbeat of, it changed my life. I moved out of my house that year. It was like,
It was your sister, that blues band,
everything.
your dad, and then you said...
Yeah, and then finally I was in this blues bar where I said, I get it. That's
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Andrew Neville, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Neville. Andrew has his own band back in Winnipeg. They're the most foul-mouthed, redneck guys. Can you tell?
No.
He has this band called Andrew Neville and the Poor Choices. And when a song starts, everywhere that country music starts, when a song starts, it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. In Andrew's band, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. Yeah. That's Andrew. And I asked him if he'd take some time and come to Europe with me. So that's pretty cool. I don't play that, though. I play this. Are you okay with that?
That's why it hasn't been sounding good.
Oh.
I got you now.
Don't listen to him. Smoke more than I drink. Not tonight. I haven't read a book for a while. My conscientiousness is on trial. I smoke more than I drink. I talk more than I think. I'm a child. I knew you guys would like that one. I crumble when I stumble at my feet. My secrets, they're no longer discreet. I wish I ran around so my feet don't hit the ground, but I am weak. And I haven't heard your voice for some time. My memory's no longer on my mind. I start and then I quit, 'cause no one gives a shit, but I'll be fine. It's been so long since I have seen you smile. My loneliness has long gone out of style. If I could see your face, I would get out of this place just for a while.
You had to go out on the road, travel.
Yeah,
But there was a point that you came back to Winnipeg.
right. But
There
I
was-
always, for years I left Winnipeg and left and came back, left and came back.
But now you find your rest in it.
Sure. It's my
It's
home.
because of your daughter.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the music again, because
Yeah.
it's still good music.
But if, you know what, if I were not a mother, who knows where I'd be?
Okay.
Who knows where I'd be? She grounds me. She's perfect in my life, and it makes me able
Yeah.
to be a mother.
One last question.
Yeah.
What happens when you are together with Mary Gaucher, two
Right.
the same people? What happens then?
We're not the same, though.
No?
No, and I've never, I met her once only.
You're kidding.
No, it's true.
I thought you were friends.
You'd think.
Yeah.
I mean, Gerf, is very good friends with Mary. Fred Eaglesmith is very good
Yeah.
friends with Mary, and I'm friends with both of them. But
Okay.
Mary lives in Louisiana, I think, or she's from Louisiana, but I think she lives in Tennessee, maybe. But she has her own career down there. Very rarely comes to Canada,
Yeah.
and I mean, I love her. We've had an email, we've met, but. We're not the same. It's interesting.
No, and it's not the same, but you have it.
Yeah, she only started music at 38, but by the time she was like, say, 42 years old, now she's probably 45, 46, I'm not sure, but by the time she was 42, I saw her play. And is it dead?
No,
I talk too much?
No, I was just checking. No,
Okay.
it's good.
Okay. I saw her play, and I thought she'd been playing her whole life. And it was very inspiring, actually, that she said, I'd only been playing for 4 years. But she has a way of writing songs that it's so heavy. It comes from a dark place, and it hypnotizes you, And I have some more stripes to earn
Okay,
before I...
but you both like stories, dark stories.
I love dark stories, but I actually, I avoid getting to that spot. I push it away where she just digs right in. And I think that has something to do with wisdom and age, because I'm still just starting to, even though I feel very comfortable, just starting to find some of those demons and accept it if I'm going to write them, you know?
They will come.
Oh, and they will, and they do, and they still do. Some of the songs I'll play tonight are newer for me to touch on some of my demons, you know?
Which are your favorite artists at the moment?
Same as always.
Yeah.
Same as always, it'll never change.
Which was?
Well, the band.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite band of all time. I grew up on blues, so I've always got John Lee Hooker, Lightning Hopkins, Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. And then, Tom Petty, huge. Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings. And
no pop music?
I don't really listen to a lot of pop music. I don't know that it just doesn't grab me. I mean,
no new artists?
No, but yeah, and nowadays, of course, always Freddie Goldsmith is one of my heroes and friends.
Have you heard his last album?
I have heard part of Tinderbox, yeah. I love him. I have nothing bad to say about Freddie Goldsmith. He's a mentor for people like me. I love him. And he's Carl, huge fan, and he's my friend, luckily.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I think I like him better than he likes me.
He's very comic.
Yeah. Oh, he's hilarious. Yeah, and Ray Wiley Hubbard and Sam Baker, another friend of mine.
Sam Baker,
who I love.
He made a big impression.
He did. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about him here. And he's my good friend, and back in Austin, he says, the music business, I like writing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, out here they love you. A lot of Texas songwriters like Dale Watson.
Dale Watson.
Love him, and so these are, I'd like to say my peers, but I'm just learning from them.
Yeah.
And some of them are my friends and some of them are new friends, but...
For you, it would be easier to live in Austin.
I thought about moving to Austin, but I thought that would be a mistake.
Why?
First of all, I love Canada. Second of all, I love my hometown of Winnipeg.
Okay.
And third, whenever I go to Austin, it's exciting. And if I lived in Austin, it wouldn't be exciting anymore.
That's a good end. That's a good end of the story. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Go. Cheers.
Here's the title track of my latest album. I have it here for sale. It would be my pleasure to sell it to you. It's called Sweet Something Steady, and here's that song for you. Don't want you to tell me that I'm your only girl that's on the man. You're going back, pick me up, and take me for a ride. Why can't you be my sweet something steady on the side? Don't need your folks for dinner, I don't need to rent. Don't need to walk the aisle, I don't need fancy dress. I don't need to hear you love me. Why you look deep in my eyes? Why can't you be my sweet song steady on the side? Please don't tell me your middle name. Don't tell me where you went to school. Don't come on to me in the rain. You're gonna wind up somebody's fool. Don't be sitting on my doorstep. You know what I'm afraid. You my body calling, you won't be denied. Why can't you be my sweet song steady on the side? Come on, Andrew, be sweet.
Yeah.